Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I hope everyone's doing incredibly well as always. So I'm on to do a Divine Masculine reading. I feel some karmic energy wanting to come through in this reading as well, because, I'm sensing like separation between the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, but it's like it's wanting to come to an end. I feel many of your masculines wanting to come towards you, and the reason I feel like it's usually the masculines wanting to come towards the divine feminine is because like it's action oriented. I feel that they know that that's what they want to do, and that's what they would have to do in this case, because a lot's shifted with the divine feminine as well, where I think I had mentioned too in one of the previous readings that like at this point the divine feminine wants to be courted. Many of you are, let's see what the cards say, guys. Many of you are who are in the divine feminine energy. I feel like a lot has shifted with you guys. One thing that you're starting to recognize about yourself is that you are becoming more demanding of attracting the right things into your life. Like I feel like your energy is very demanding. Like you might have some very high standards, or your masculine sees you as having very high standards. And let's go ahead and see how the masculine sees the feminine before I continue. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and take those two. Okay, so we have the roads to regret or remorse. Okay, so what I'm picking up on too with this card here is that, a lot of your divine masculines feel like they pushed you away, divine feminine. We'll get to this after, because this is part of like that karmic energy I feel that's coming through here. But I feel like they let you like slip away is what I'm getting. Like they made the wrong decision. And I feel like a lot of you walked away even though it might have hurt to do that. I think that a lot of you got the guidance that it was the right thing to do, because there was like some karmic provocation here that caused the separation between you guys. And I feel like it might have come through at a time where your masculine was trying to come towards you or be passionate towards you. They might have even expressed to the karmic partner that they wanted to do this, or that they might have been thinking about you a lot. And I feel like this was a way of trying to approach that ending with the karmic, and then it might have made the karmic partners really angry. And so they might have caused some sort of disruption in the connection. And it kind of like, okay, what I'm seeing is like your masculine knew that they were wrong. And that's why this regret or remorse card is coming through. I feel like they should have been honest about the past. Like maybe they were still with this karmic partner, or even though things had ended with them, they might have been like still living together, still doing business together. I don't know. It's something to do with like still being connected to this karmic partner, but meanwhile, that's not how it was when your masculine was coming towards you in like a really romantic and passionate way. I feel like for many of you were under the impression that that karmic completion had already been done. And then I feel like a lot of these karmic partners wanted to like really show you divine feminine, like, no, it wasn't done. And they might have been like, I don't know, like posting old photographs or just trying to trigger the divine feminine in some way. But what I'm seeing is like they never got a reaction from the divine feminine. Okay. See, like it's almost like, okay, he's got something there that on his hand. I forgot what they're called. Painter's palette, is it? But he's there feeling inspired, okay, by the divine feminine. And the paint for me means that he wants to create something new. And there she is like, oh, no, you don't, with the knife in hand. And that knife for me represents like that disruption that was caused because they felt the masculine energetically pulling away. And right now, a lot of your masculines are MIA and they're quiet because there was no reaction from the divine feminine. I feel like many of you chose to... What's at the top here, guys? Check this out. I was going to grab for the deck, and right at the top of the deck here is protecting your feelings. Okay? And she's so gorgeous and beautiful. Let me just show you guys if you can see it up close without the glare. I'm so sorry. This is actually, I think it's Milo Manara. Is the artist. He is so fantastic, guys. So the way he draws women, it's just really beautiful. I can't quite show it there. Oh, it's driving me insane because I really guys. Oh, there we go. Isn't she gorgeous? Yeah, so a lot of you guys didn't react. You were protecting your feelings here. Okay, so a lot of you chose to walk away, maybe wipe your tears away, like where you like kind of slap yourself on both the cheeks. You're like, pull your shit together, man. And I feel like a lot of the divine feminines might have walked away from like this very act of the karmic kind of coming in and like maybe posting photos again of like the divine masculine and the karmic partner. I don't know, like making it seem like they've been like so deep into their connection. Meanwhile, I think the divine feminine, you can energetically sense that it wasn't true, but I think for many of you, you still chose to walk away because like it was the drama that you were just turned off by. And I think that because a lot of divine feminines are feeling that shift, many of you, okay, let me try to get this message out clearly. What I'm seeing is the karmic partners tried to provoke you guys in a way where they really wanted to like trigger you to chase after the divine masculine in some way, or like become toxic with him in some way because of the karmic partners. And a lot of you, because you are already aware of this whole twin flame experience, many of you were like, oh, okay, another lesson coming up. Let me see how I can self-care, okay? And I feel like a lot of the karmic partners were trying to make you guys go on a bender. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what wants to come out. So they really thought that they were gonna, like, I want to say fuck with you. I really didn't want to say it like that, but it's just the way it's coming out. They really wanted to like provoke you in a way where they wanted to like mess with you, like causing you to like rebel against the connection is what I'm getting. Okay, so go out there and be promiscuous with other people, go get yourself involved and entangled up in more karmic situations of your own. Go out and like party and drink and like not give a shit about the masculine and the karmic. But I feel like you protected yourself here because you saw it coming, divine feminine. So for a lot of you, the way you chose to react was by delving more deeply into your passions. Okay, I'm seeing that a lot of you started picking up things like maybe writing again, or maybe getting back on social media and enjoying company of like your family and friends or just old friends. And I don't know, like a lot of you just started becoming more artistic, maybe painting, maybe finally just stop being so busy and on the go for a bit. And maybe a lot of you might have carved out time for yourselves and taken like a little mini vacation, but it was never about like seeing this provocation as a reason to rebel and hurt yourself, divine feminine, because I think that that's initially like what that whole, I guess like you could say dark magic or spell work was all about, but in layman's terms. But I mean, like at the gist of it, I think like that's initially what the karmic partner thought that they were going to accomplish. And instead, I feel like many of you just kept rising, divine feminine. Many of you just continued to work hard behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like while everybody was out there trying to show that they were having a good time, you just kind of turned the other way and continued working, working hard. Many of you were like watching like the show, watching the pretty scenery, but still you guys were grinding it out, making that money, creating those opportunities for yourself. The best time to be hard at work is while everybody else is out having a good time, right? And then you guys get to live their dreams. So that's what I feel has been happening, okay? Your masculine noticed, divine feminine. They noticed that you didn't react at all. And what it's done in turn is it actually has made this divine masculine even more drawn to you and even more drawn to their spiritual growth. Okay, what does your masculine want to say to you? The Chariot card. He's like, I'm coming for you. Because look at how she's laying there beautifully, right? Like she's just asleep because she can't be bothered with like these antics. And I feel like a lot of you, it doesn't matter how old this karmic partner is, a lot of you like get this like very like the type of games you would play if you were still in like high school. Like I feel like a lot of karmic partners and maybe a lot of divine masculines too might have realized that like the way they were interacting with this karmic, it's almost like this karmic never grew up, or they never really grew out of that like high school mentality, you know, like I'm cooler than you type of thing. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like a lot of masculines too in these types of situations are waking up and they're maturing because they see with your no reaction divine feminine that you are just on to better things. Like I'm also seeing a lot of divine feminines, because you guys are delving into your passions, like you're catching yourselves in places where you're attracting like a lot of high caliber people towards you, whether that's like male or female, just a lot of people who are on your level is what I'm getting. And that's why many of you may not be picking up energetically on your divine masculines right now, because they're shifting out of this energy. You no longer connect to your masculine being that way. Like it's no longer enticing. Like you're not enticed by the games, or like, do you know what I mean? Like it's almost like they're trying to play on a part of your ego that's healed, and that's why they can't penetrate it, because you're not reacting in the way that they're expecting, either because you've healed or you're trying to show them I'm not like you in any way. Like if you want to play those games and if you want to spend 24 hours on Instagram and Facebook and all of these places to try to get a reaction out of me, you go ahead and do that with your time, my darling, because I'm busy working and earning, okay, and creating and building. And I feel like that's like the energy that the divine feminine has been like coming through with, you know, like really badass. Like you guys aren't afraid to get your hands dirty right now. You weren't afraid to be like super busy. Like grinding it out is what I keep getting, you know, like sweating it out, coming home dead ass tired. And at times it might have seemed like, again, yeah, people were out there having a good time. But now, like, I feel like a lot of karmic partners are having to be in this place where now they're having to work extra hard at their finances and things like that, because that's like exactly what that did. Like they thought that you would react in a way where they would see you kind of spiral downhill, divine feminine, but you didn't. So now they're trying to do this like catch up thing, I'm getting, but they're also running into like a lot of issues now where they can't focus. They can't focus now. And that's why it's important not to provoke people with like spell work and stuff. You guys might say spell work and black magic, but it's provocation, you know. That provocation for me. Don't go choking people Japanese na. That's why you gotta mind your business. All right, we have the 7 of chalices coming through, okay? This is where this divine masculine's head is at, okay? Because I feel like with the Chariot card, they want to come through, but they're not going to unless they come through as like, again, this type of high caliber energy that you're really interested in at this time, divine feminine. Like I'm getting a lot of you outgrew your masculine. It's not that you don't feel the passion or the twin flame connection. Like I think even now that you're not feeling that attraction towards your divine masculine in that way, I think it kind of sinks in even deeper, that you guys are genuinely on this twin flame journey. And I think that with the Chariot card coming through, there's a sense of preparation that's happening with this masculine's, like even with her being asleep, like that's that whole you guys were minding your own business, you never reacted, and now it's putting them in a place to want to come through. They want to take action. They want to be really, really strategic about it. And that's why the turtle on this 7 of cups is coming through here, right? Like I feel like a lot of them, they're MIA right now because they know that they have a lot of work ahead of them and it might be taking long, but the Chariot card says that they will take action. But the reason it's taking a long time is because they're taking their time this time around. Like I feel like a lot of them are observing the divine feminine very closely, and they're seeing so many beautiful changes in you. You know, I feel like they want to come rushing in this like beautiful, romantic and passionate way. Yeah, we have the Lovers card coming through because they know that this whole thing, this whole experience, it's adding up to everything that the divine feminine has talked about in the past, about this whole twin flame journey. And like there's 2 women on this card as well, right? Like I'm starting to see that the divine masculine is like opening up his eyes to even like the karmic situation and, you know, like what the heck the purpose of all of this is and like why the drama is there. And again, I feel like the divine feminines too, like you guys are really good at putting a swift ending to that drama that the divine feminine, that the karmic partners kind of like to engage in or to stir up. And I feel like even if many of you used to react that way, I feel like a lot of the divine feminines are looking at themselves like, man, I have really come a long way because I am just so not bothered. I feel like many of you are digging through your triggers, like a lot of you aren't in a place where you're like, why do I get so triggered? I feel like many of you know how to successfully deal with your triggers because you see it coming from a mile away. All right. So we have the Hierophant coming through as well, okay? And that's that divine guidance I feel that many of the divine feminines have intuitively listened to. When it comes to like doing the inner work, I feel that a lot of you were, like with the Hierophant energy, receiving guidance about like laying low and continuing to work hard. And I feel like your guides were coming through during your moments where the karmic was like trying to provoke, or you guys might have experienced, really painful moments, on your journey, just kind of watching your masculine walk their path. Like it might have been a very dramatic experience for you guys, but I think that a lot of you were getting that guidance, like as hurtful as it was, like you were like the suffer in silence type divine feminine, okay? And because your guides were around you and they were like, listen, we know it's hard, but don't react. See what's going on here, like see the bigger picture. And many of you did get that guidance, whether it was through music or opportunities coming through for you to shift your focus away from your divine masculine and like any type of karmic situations they were going through. It's like you wanted to really well up and get emotional about it, and then it's like all of a sudden the next day you get like amazing news about either your career or like your finances or creative opportunities coming through for you. It's almost like the universe is there to catch you every time this type of energy wants to come in and provoke. It's like the universe is like, no, we got you back. And it'll always come in the form of guidance, giving you guys the heads up. I feel like the Hierophant is that card that comes through for the divine feminines, that makes you guys prepared, like you're always 10 steps ahead, okay? And we have the 10 of Swords here coming through. I feel like that's the karmic partner going, man, I can't believe it didn't work. They're like, holy shit, I can't believe it didn't work. And now, like, that's that energy coming through here where I feel like many of them are having to work extra hard right now. They're really going through a lot. Like a lot of these karmic partners are going through a lot of growth themselves, where after all of these experiences, like I see like a lot of the masculines as well kind of trying to distance themselves or pull away, or even if they are still in situations with the karmic partners, I feel like many masculines are putting a smile on their face and doing what they need to do quietly in order to make an exit, okay? And that's why I feel like this Chariot card is appearing here, because he wants to rush to the divine feminine, but he's getting like this King of Wands energy here. Like the universe is like, we know that you miss her and that you want to come towards her, but you really need to be, again, strategic about this whole karmic situation, because again, many masculines are seeing that it's like really, really tricky to deal with a lot of these connections that they've gotten themselves into, okay? But the King of Wands comes through as letting them know that it's time to stop procrastinating. And I feel like many of them are doing that now that they've gotten this epiphany to do things quietly and behind the scenes. Don't confront the karmic partners about anything. Don't try to get into any arguments about money or like moving out or anything like that. Like just get your ducks all in a row and be patient with this process here. And kings too, like are all about knowledge, okay? And the queens are about patience. And I feel like because you guys at the end of the day did not have any type of negative reaction to any of this stuff, you kept your vibration very high, you kept your energy really high, you kept busy. A lot of you were practicing things like gratitude and manifestation. A lot of you were just feeling like the truth. Like that's why this Hierophant card is there, because again, you guys were getting the guidance. Like the karmic partners tried to provoke you, and I feel like many of you were like, ooh, things are about to get juicy, because I feel like by many of them doing that, you guys know that they're spending a lot of time thinking about you when they should be spending time doing things more productively in their lives. You know, like trying to do what the divine feminine is doing by like building and creating for herself and taking risks. And that's why I'm saying a lot of these karmic partners are becoming attracted to you. I'm going to probably dig into that in another reading and share a little bit more on like the karmics being attracted to you, because I feel like I have a lot to share on that. Should I get into it now? I guess that's a good segue here, because they already know the divine masculines are in another headspace. Like they're all about moving towards their feminine here. And I feel too with this King of Wands energy, like it's so pure, guys. Like it's just, they're ready to like be decisive and make decisions. And again, be this very high caliber man or woman, depending on your twin flame connection and the dynamic of the energy. But I feel like they're ready to like step up and be this high caliber man for you, divine feminine. Do you know what I mean? Like they're starting to see like, oh God, like I've made an ass of myself parading around with this karmic partner in these like charades, but they didn't see it that way before. Okay. They honestly legitimately thought that like it was going to cause some type of reaction. And you guys were like, no, I'm okay over here. I know I might be working like a dog, but you know, I'm not about to squander my money to try to, you know, have any kind of one-ups on you guys. You guys go and squander your resources all you'd like. I feel like that was the divine feminine, you know, like I know I might look like I'm covered in blood, sweat, and tears over here, but I'm okay with it. Okay. And you guys just kept working diligently. You didn't have nothing to prove to nobody. And that's why I feel like many of the karmic partners are very attracted to your energy at this point, divine feminines, because there's a shift as well where it was like they see something about you, like they're learning from you. I don't know what it is you guys are doing out there where you might be like posting certain things, certain memes or certain Instagram posts, or just the way you carry yourself on social media. You really have a way of wanting to just spread awareness for a good cause, or just contribute to like the overall consciousness and ascension of the planet. And I feel like before that stuff didn't really make sense to the divine masculine and the karmic partner. And now with things really shifting in the world, it's like everyone's kind of looking at you like, how did you know all that shit was going to go down? And you're like, because I was covered in blood, sweat, and tears. Okay. That's where all that blood, sweat, and tears came from. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to wrap this up. I think I'll save the karmic reading and get into more detail, because I have a really interesting story to share with you guys with that one that might help you to understand masculine and feminine energy a little bit more, and how everybody has masculine and feminine energy within them. Okay, so I'll save it. For now, I hope you guys have enjoyed this reading. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.